There are houses that hold more than just memories. They are containers of emotion, absorbing the echoes of joy, sorrow, and sometimes unspeakable violence. One such story haunts the quiet suburban town of Amityville. A story that begins not with a ghost, but with a massacre. An act so brutal, the home where it happened would forever become a synonym for terror. The story begins at 112 Ocean Avenue, a large Dutch colonial house on the south shore of Long Island. It was the kind of place where American dreams were meant to settle quietly. A sleepy village with trimmed hedges and children riding bicycles under oak trees. But at exactly 3:15 a.m. on November 13th, 1974, this suburban home became the scene of one of the most disturbing crimes in American history. Inside, 23-year-old Ronald Butch DeFeo Jr. moved silently from room to room with a high-powered rifle. He first entered his parents' bedroom, firing 2 shots into each of them as they slept. His father, Ronald Sr., was 43. His mother, Louise, was 42. There was no sign of a struggle. They never woke up. Butch then continued to his brother's shared room. John Matthew, only 9 years old, and Mark, 11, were each shot once in the back. From there, he went to his 13-year-old sister Allison's room, ending her life with a single bullet. Finally, he climbed to the top floor, where his eldest sister, Dawn, 18, slept. She, too, was shot in the head. The crime was chilling in its efficiency, but the details were what made it truly perplexing. Each of the 6 family members was found lying face down in their beds, in a hauntingly uniform, almost ritualistic position. The shots occurred within roughly 15 minutes. 9 blasts from a rifle, known for its explosive roar, echoed through that house. Yet somehow, not a single neighbor heard a thing. Even more bizarre, none of the victims stirred. It was as if something or someone had kept them frozen in place. The house at 112 Ocean Avenue sat empty for 13 months, holding its dark secret. Then, in December of 1975, the Lutz family, George and Kathy, along with Kathy's 3 children, Daniel, Christopher, and little Missy, moved in. They knew about the murders, but the house was a bargain at $80,000, and they were looking for a fresh start. They were not superstitious. They believed the horrors were in the past. They were wrong. From the moment they moved in, strange things began to happen. A Catholic priest, Father Pecoraro, arrived to bless the home. But as he sprinkled holy water in what was once Dawn DeFeo's bedroom, he heard a deep, disembodied voice command him, "Get out." He reportedly felt a force slap him across the face and fled the room in terror. In the days that followed, he developed a high fever and painful boils on his hands. The house's energy grew more malevolent. Unexplainable stenches would fill rooms and then vanish. Green slime oozed from the walls and keyholes. Doors were ripped from their hinges by an unseen force. The family's youngest daughter, Missy, began talking to a new invisible friend she called Jody. Jody, she said, was a pig with glowing red eyes, who told her that they would live in the house forever. Both George and Kathy claimed to have seen those same red eyes staring in from the yard one night. The house seemed to target George, Specifically, every single night he began waking at 3:15 a.m., the exact time the DeFeo murders had occurred. He became obsessed with the fireplace, constantly feeling a deep, unnatural cold, no matter how high the heat was turned. His personality changed. He grew irritable, angry, and withdrawn. He felt as if something inside the house was trying to take him over. In a disturbing echo of the past, the children began sleeping on their stomachs, the same way the DeFeo family's bodies were found. The terror reached its peak one evening. George claimed to have been thrown from his bed by a violent, unseen force. Paralyzed with fear, he watched as his wife, Kathy, began to levitate off the mattress. As she floated in the air, her face morphed into that of a shriveled 90-year-old woman. Before returning to normal, she remembered nothing of the incident. What happened on their final night in the house remains a secret. George and Kathy never fully revealed the details, only that it was so terrifying it forced them to flee immediately. After just 28 days, the Lutz family abandoned their dream home. They left everything behind. Clothes, furniture, food still in the fridge. They never returned. Their story would become one of the most infamous paranormal legends in American history. They escaped the house, but the story was far from over. The world was captivated by the haunting of 112 Ocean Avenue, but the terror they described was so extreme, so unbelievable, that it begged the question, what truly happened inside those walls? The flight of the Lutz family was only the beginning of the mystery. The truth of the Amityville Horror is far more complex, and perhaps even more disturbing than a simple ghost story.